What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Post Credit Chat. My name is Sam. This is Mark, and today we got a lot to talk about. We got Naughty Dog going back on a promise they made a long time ago, and our winter sale recommendations from Steam. So we're going to be talking about what games we think you should pick up this year. Before we get into any of that, you can find us on our socials. That is Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky X, and YouTube at Post Credit Chat. I kind of want to just jump right into it.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog, man, has done something that I don't think we expected. I'll read off this right here. It says, so the Naughty Dog is a Sony-owned company or studio known. They did The Last of Us and Uncharted, so they've got some pretty like heavy hitter games going. And they recently required their developers to work mandatory overtime for, I think it was 7 weeks, as
Wow.
part of the development process for a demo of its upcoming sci-fi game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Project. So the issue with this is that Naughty Dog promised, I want to say it was during the production of The Last of Us Part 2, that they were completely against asking their employees to do overtime work. And this was a result of a ton of overtime requested or of their employees during the production of some of their previous games. So these employees for the Heretic Project were asked to put in a minimum of 10 extra hours per week starting in late October, and I think that's wrapping up right about now. So I guess, Mark, I kind of want to hear what you think about this. I know it's a big info dump, but I mean, I think this means a lot for the games industry, man.
Yeah, this is I don't think this would catch anyone off guard to the extent that it is if they have not, in a video interview, said, hey, we don't do overtime. We don't push our teams to crunch. And the reason why is because of this. And now we're at this place where they are being asked to, work extra hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So where if they were getting home, I'm going to make it up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, they're now getting home at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't know. You name it. So, I mean, it's just more time away from family. But I think this isn't a good look for a Sony studio.
It's a terrible look.
Yeah. Here's my thing with this. Naughty Dog has not put out a new game for this gen. They have
Have they not?
remade The Last of Us 1 and 2 for the 30th time, but we have not gotten a new project. We got to look at their next IP at the end of last year's Game Awards. That was the one big thing that Jeff Keighley ended with, and that was Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. And that's what they're crunching for, is to get a demo out. Is that what it is? So
Yeah, so that's what like I'm kind of hung up on too. It's like you're crunching for a demo.
right.
Like to me this says that they're like flailing a little bit and that they're like, stockholders are like, okay, or shareholders like, okay, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah, like we want to see something, and we've waited long enough. So
yes. I think I've seen too, like kind of while looking up stuff for this, that they have missed a lot of deadlines.
mm,
Naughty Dog has. So I
I
don't know,
wouldn't.
man.
Here's my thing. Neil Druckmann was attached to The Last of Us seasons 1 and 2 on HBO Max.
Hmm.
The lead developer of The Last of Us 1 and 2 video games. He has been heavily attached to those projects. He has now left that HBO show and is now like leaving that to HBO to kind of take the reins and go with it. We already know what the next season is going to be, and that's going to be following, oh gosh, what's her name? One second. Can't think of her name. Abby Anderson is her name.
Hmm.
She's kind of like the villain in season 2, but not really the villain. I don't know. It's kind of more of like I would do the same thing. Someone came in my family, I would go back and them, right? So
I
I
mean, I
probably shouldn't
kind
say that on the podcast. Let me mark that.
of.
But still, like, I think the fact that Neil Druckmann has left that, and that's recent, that's this year, he can now give more time to Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. I think
Yes,
that's probably what we're seeing, but the problem is, it sounds like he left a little too late, and because he left too late, now we're needing to crunch and get some of this done, and that's unfortunate.
it is because I want to say, did they release a teaser for this recently?
They
Um,
No, we haven't seen anything new. The only thing we've gotten is that trailer from the Game Awards last year.
yes, I was gonna say it looks stylistically really cool. Like this is a project that I am excited for.
Yeah, I agree.
The kind of I think it's got this like retro futuristic kind of vibe to it. Looks sweet. Uh, but this early production stuff, or I don't know how far they're into it, it's not looking good. Um, it worries me that they're again mentioned this before that they're crunching for a demo. Which you think of a demo, you think of first like half hour to an hour of a game. It's like, what does that say for the rest of your game then? I mean, we got games today, you're expecting 20 to 30 hours of playtime
Right.
if it's a story based linear game. And you've got issues with your first hour?
Yeah, and that is a telling sign that we don't want to know about. I mean,
Yeah,
we
no,
know we need to know
absolutely.
about, but
Yes.
it's not something that leaves good faith in the player's hands, right? So, um, we don't know anything about this game yet.
No, we don't. That's fair.
That's we don't know what kind of game this is. I think we can assume it's a third person action adventure, just like most of their other games. But we don't know that. Like, we have only gotten a cinematic trailer, and that's kind of my problem with the Game Awards and a lot of these hype things we've gotten. So let's take Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic. The coolest part of that to me is, okay, cool. We're getting a new Republic game. It's a spiritual successor. A lot of people are thinking the turn-based combat is going to be gone, that we're now going to get real-time combat. That sounds more exciting to me than turn-based, but we don't know that. All we got was a
Yeah,
cinematic trailer, and we don't think I don't think it's gonna be coming anytime soon. So, we just need to navigate what does that look like for us? Because we get all these trailers where it's just these cinematic things, and, that can only create so much hype for the fan that knows things about video game development like us, And I would say that very loosely. We are not like developers by any means, but we just study this. We study the results of, you know, these articles and things like that. So even that sounded weird, but you know what I mean. So I don't know. We got a cinematic trailer for Intergalactic. It was a cool trailer, but it didn't tell me anything about the game.
that's yeah,
I
100%.
don't know anything about this game. It's in the
It could
future.
be a top down like XCOM style, you
Yeah,
know?
could be.
So
I don't know a
I
lot about it. Let's get some information out there, and I hope that's what this demo is going to do. But I don't. Again, who's this demo for? I don't even think the demo's for us
no,
necessarily.
no, no, no. I mean, I from what I read, it's like this is to prove that they're working on the game,
Mm,
which again, I
yeah.
want to have faith because Naughty Dog makes incredible games. Like they're just good games.
This
But
also, yeah, this also could be a showcase demo.
that's
So
true.
meaning
That's true.
Summer Games Fest at this next summer, maybe we get a showcase demo, meaning it's not something we play. It's just we get gameplay shown for the next part of this reveal.
Yes.
It could be shown at a PlayStation Direct, and historically, if they've done that, then they would. No, they could show that at a PlayStation Direct. Actually, I was gonna say they probably would do a direct that is just for Intergalactic, but they typically don't do those directs unless we're closer to that game. Like we got the
Yeah.
James Bond one. We're like right around the corner from First Light. So I don't know. It's probably going to be a while before we see a intergalactic state of play,
Yeah.
but I maybe that's what this demo is. They're like, hey, we can't show another cinematic trailer. This needs to be a showcase demo.
Yeah.
Then you need to get to work. And it sucks because part of this isn't just, hey, you got to work overtime. A lot of this is people having to come into the office, right?
Yes.
Here's my view from working from home. Whether you work from home or you work in the office, I don't think there's a problem with either one of them. However, if you work in an office and you have to work from home, that could be a problem because you're not used to working from home and you may not have everything you need at your home. If you work from home and now you're being called into the office, well, if you have family and you now got to go get daycare for your kids, or you got to figure out a way to help out, I don't know, around the house. And then does your office have everything that your home has? I don't know. I would assume they're making sure these staff are taken care of outside of what we know the negative to be. They're just having to work overtime. I hope they are. But there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle we gotta look at. And so us as, you know, the video game journalists that we are, it's our job to cover this and to make sure that we are at least talking about it because this is a big deal. You don't talk about that on a video saying, "Hey, this is we don't do crunch anymore. Now here you are doing crunch."
Yes. Exactly. And I think that's kind of the root of this, like, being a topic to discuss. Like, if you as a company make a clear, defined statement, you
Mhm.
are expected by your consumers and by those who like support you to, kind of uphold your end of the deal. You're saying you're done with crunching and with overtime in this scenario. That means you're done with it.
Right.
It doesn't mean like, oh no, we can still do it if it's under wraps. It means no, you need to be done.
The other thing
Even
is, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, even for the sake of your employees, like,
Right.
if I'm working there and I get told, hey, man, for the next 2 weeks leading into December, or sorry, 2 months leading into December, I'm going to be working, 10 to 15 extra hours a week, I'm going to be kind of pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
I do want to say, crunch isn't like I, this is going to sound. I don't want it to sound like I don't care about these devs. Like there are jobs where you have to put crunch in. Like you're
yes,
arriving on a deadline of something. Okay, you got to put in crunch. That's understandable. The problem here is when the company says we're not going to do it, and now they go and do it, and then all these other things kind of fall in place. That's a problem. I'll add to that saying if we were 4 or 5 years, because I don't think this is a game that's around the corner, to be honest. I think this is a next gen game. So
yeah,
actually 4 or 5 years, we will have the PlayStation 6. If this was like 2 years down the road or 3 years, I would probably understand the crunch better because we are closer to that game's release and we have most likely seen gameplay and whatnot. But for you to be putting in crunch for something that people aren't really on board for at the moment, that's where it's like, okay, you're putting in crunch for something the audience only knows a cinematic trailer of?
no,
Come on.
exactly. Yeah. We don't, again, like you said before, we don't know anything about this game. We don't know its, like, release window. We don't know what genre it is. We don't know, we just don't know anything.
Right.
So, and they're clearly pouring resources into this. Like, it is a big project for them. It just doesn't bode well.
Right.
But, I'm hopeful. It looks cool so far, I guess. I hope it goes well for them because I want them to keep developing games.
I hope it's cool. I mean, we've got Cyberpunk. We've got this new game, I think it's called No Law, that was
Hmm.
shown at the Game Awards. That's cyberpunk esque. We've got The Forest 3, which is like
Yeah.
futuristic. Looks like it could have come from a cyberpunk world, but you're in a forest. And so, I mean, there's just these futuristic games coming out. And now the Intergalactic, obviously, this was shown before No Law and The Forest 3, but let's, if we're going to go to this genre, let's or this time period in video games, let's get people excited and not exhaust us of
Yes.
this. So,
There are gonna be people who hear about this game via these articles,
mhm,
and that sucks. Like, if
yeah,
my first impression of a game is, "Oh, yeah, we're crunched, we're, like, screwed right now." Oh, well
yeah.
either I'm not gonna be interested because that just doesn't sound like a good thing, or, I'm gonna think the studio is, like, a little bit incompetent, you know? It's like, "What's going on here?"
Let's look at the Arkham series: Asylum,
Oh my
City,
gosh, yeah.
uh, Origins, and Night. Right? Rocksteady didn't do Arkham Origins. I know that, but still, their property. I Those are some of the best video games. I will go as far as to say of all time. They nailed what it's like to feel like a Batman or to
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
Batman in a video game. But then the same developer put out a game called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And that game tanked really bad. And so now a studio who put out something amazing like the Arkham games, people are now questioning, is it even going to be relevant? Is the studio going to be relevant in a year, 2 years, 3 years? Like, this is a problem. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
It is. And I and this will have an impact, I think, on game development as a whole,
yeah,
because again, other companies are gonna see this and be like, "Oh, well, that gives us more leeway to kinda, be a little shifty." I hope that's not the case, but
yeah. And sorry, I'm not saying like, I don't bring up the Rocksteady example as like I think Naughty Dog is right around the corner from this. I don't think they are, but like
mm-mm.
when you see smoke, there is some form of fire, and it could be a small fire.
Yeah, that's yeah,
Could
it could
could
be a
just
small
be could
fire.
just be a little smoke. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I guess that's what it boils down to, we'll see.
We will see. Yep.
But anyways, moving on to something I guess a little bit lighter. We got our Steam Winter Sale. For me, this is like kind of I'd say almost a highlight of the year, man.
Oh yeah.
The Steam Winter
This is an
Sale.
event.
It is. It basically is. I remember I bought Skyrim for the first time during
Oh,
a Steam Winter Sale. So
okay.
now it's like, oh man, what other incredible games am I going to get with this? And we're going to tell you what incredible games you can get
Hmm.
with this. That was a good segue. You see, come on.
I like it.
No. If you wanna go, I think we both picked out some games, that we are excited for with the Steam Winter Sale. We can kinda go, like, one at a time as
Yeah,
recommendations.
I like that.
Why don't you start us off?
Okay, I did my best. I'm gonna have a fourth honorable mention,
Good.
but and I'll say that at the end. Or yeah, I usually say the honorable mention first, but I'll do it at the end. Um, but I'm gonna say honorable mention because we really wanted to stick to just 3 games and keep it at that. So, Sam, I did it this way. I kind of put mine into 3 different categories.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, and don't get too excited. It's not like anything, creative categories. I just did more of a really cheap to a middle
Oh, nice.
and a little bit more expensive. But even my a little bit more expensive is still very cheap for what you get. The first game I'm gonna do is the very cheap option. Um, it is a game called Mr. Shifty. This is a game that I really adore. This game you could buy for $2.99. It is some of the most fun I have had, and I played on my Nintendo Switch. But you can buy this on Steam. This game, have you seen X-Men 2, Sam?
I have.
You know that scene in the beginning where Nightcrawler is jumping around through the walls in the White House?
Yup.
That is what this game is. You can teleport through walls and button mash, fight people, grab a gun and throw it at somebody. Like, it is John Wick mixed with Nightcrawler from X-Men 2.
Yeah.
For $2.99, I could not recommend this game. You get plenty of hours, plenty of enjoyment, and what it is it's stages. So you are essentially going up a tower. The first tower or the first you're on the first floor, and then You clear all the enemies on that floor, then you go to the second floor, and you're just going up this really, really tall tower trying to get to the final guy. It is some of the most fun I have ever had. And the fighting is also, to me, even though it's different from the Arkham, the fighting was so satisfying in the Arkham games. The fighting is so satisfying in this game. You could be fighting somebody and give him a final blow, and he goes like flying out the window. This game, Sam, for $2.99, especially with Steam's amazing, you could buy it, try it. If you don't like it, return it. You should buy this game for $2.99. So worth it. However, for you, Sam, and I'll say this for anybody, get it on Steam for $2.99 because that's great. However, if you ever find it on sale for the Switch,
Mhm.
playing this handheld is just a different breed of game. It's so fun.
Dude, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. This looks sick.
It's
Um,
amazing. I've thought
Man,
about
and for
picking it up again.
$3, like,
Dude, I will not lead you astray on this game. It is so much fun. I'm thinking about buying it again just so I could play it on my Steam Deck, but I own it on my Switch too, and I bought it on my Switch 1 years ago. But it's so good, it's so worth it. $2.99. Go check it out.
heck yeah. I'll go for my, like, first recommendation. I absolutely love the Dead Space series.
Mm.
It's, like, one of my favorite game series of all time. The Dead Space remaster is down 85%. You can pick it up for $9. To me, that's a steal. I mean, if you like horror games, you should get it. If you like shooter games, you consider getting it too. Um, it's just a good time. Like the way that they remastered it feels so like true to the original games. So like if you play the originals, like it feels like those original games. It just looks better and it plays better.
Yeah, so this is you could get the old Dead Space for 7.99, or you could pay $1 more and get
Yes,
the what is it, remaster or is it a remake?
remaster. It's a
Remaster.
remaster. And
That's
it's
so cool.
so good, man. I've actually put a lot of time into the Dead Space remaster because it's a gorgeous game. It plays great. And it, again, the first Dead Space game was so good. Dead Space 1 and 2 are some like, I would put them, if we're going like this broad, they'd be in my like top 25s.
Yeah.
Um, Dead Space 3 is a COD clone, but that's a different story.
So I
um,
own this game, but I've not played it yet. I've never
oh,
played a Dead Space game.
oh,
I
you
played
gotta,
the
man.
demos. There used to be this demo in a magazine I used to get from when I was a kid, and so I played a demo for Dead Space a long time ago. Never got into them because horror was just not a thing for me. I wasn't scared. It was just more of like I don't like the jump scare aspect of it. I guess maybe I was scared, but I was also just huge into the multiplayer scene
Yeah,
at that time. This is
that's
cool.
totally
I
fair.
do need to jump into this.
You 100% do. It's a great, great, great game.
Ooh, okay. Okay. I'm here for it. You want me to jump into the next
Yeah.
one?
What's your next?
My next game may not come as a surprise to most people, but I picked my medium. So Mr. Shifty was $2.99. This next game coming in at $10.49 is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. When I think of what is the best Jedi game where I could go play as a Jedi, it is the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Jedi Survivor, this game, I'm going to tell you, launched buggy as hell. This was not a beautiful, pretty, nice launch when it came out. This was horrible. I waited for an update before I bought it on my PlayStation 5, and it was still buggy even after that update. This game is gorgeous now. It runs smoothly. You go open world, flying planet to planet as you please. Not open world, open area, I will say. But you can make your lightsaber, you can pick the color, you could dual wield, you could do double bladed. This is exactly what a Star Wars fan wants. They want to play a game where they could go on a Star Wars adventure and they can like have combat, lightsaber combat. This is some of the most fun I've had as a Star Wars. And this is coming from somebody, I am not just a measly video game Star Wars fan. This is coming from someone who's one of my favorite games of all time is Star Wars Jedi Outcast 2, playing as Kyle Katarn, going from just a nobody to a Jedi. Like, that is one of my favorite games of all time. This is better. I love this game. Even Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, like, great game. This is amazing. So I highly recommend it for $10.49. You get so much out of this video game. I think it is so much fun. You even get some arena battles once you complete the game, you get it, or you get it right away. I can't remember. Where, hey, if lightsaber fighting is your favorite part about it, you can go to the arena and just, fight as many waves of enemies as you want. So cool. I love it.
Dude, heck yeah. Yeah, I'll piggyback on that one a little bit. Like, the Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor games are they hit Steam with kind of mixed reception just because they had some performance issues.
Yep.
But they're like, I can't think of like better like combat, borderline Souls like Star Wars games. They just feel great to play. They make you feel like you're a Jedi. It's so cool.
It is
And
amazing.
for that, again, for that price, come on.
I love it. So I've even thought about jumping into this game again on my Steam Deck via the Chiaki for Deck, playing through my PlayStation at home through Wi-Fi, just so I could just go experience some of the lightsaber fighting again. I am so excited for when the third installment of this game gets announced.
Heck yeah. Yeah, yawn, dude. That was a big one. Anyways, I'll move on to mine next. I've got, you know me, man, Doom Eternal. I think it's a phenomenal game. It's currently like its normal price on Steam right now is sitting around $40. I already think that's a pretty good price. I think it's one of my I think it is my favorite game of all time. And it is down 75%, 75% off to $10. You can get my favorite game of all time for only $10, man. That's a steal.
What? Why? I'm sorry, this is a random question. Why did Doom the Dark Ages not take that over?
It wasn't as fast. I really love Doom the Dark Ages, and I think it's on a great sale right now too. It's down like 50%.
It's $34.99 out of 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, halfway.
So yeah, 50%. Still a really good game, and I would recommend like playing that. Doom Eternal there is a charm to it that makes it my favorite. And I think what gets me is that it has a really high skill ceiling compared to Doom the Dark Ages. So I got really, really, really good at Doom Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about this before, but I got to the point where like I beat the game on Ultra Nightmare, so like hardest difficulty without dying. And like it felt great, dude. It's like it is a very fun, it's rewarding to be good at. It is incredibly like fast, like it keeps you on your toes. I mean, the environments that id Software made are just so detailed, and this is a game where they weren't in it to make money, or they were in it to make money, but it wasn't just for that. It's like these developers had a passion for Doom, and they just knocked it out of the park. It is like I don't even know, man. It's just so good. It's everyone who is not disturbed by some of the imagery should play this game.
Doom is a game I never got into. I've always been one of your biggest cheerleaders for it, so I'm so glad that it's on sale that it is, because I know Sam does love this game, so I definitely think, hey, if you are into first-person shooters and you think this is something you would like to check out for $9 or $10, like, this is another one. Like, you get a gorgeous game, first person. You are going to get the satisfaction out of, like, just the fast-paced combat style of it.
Oh, yeah. It's so fast.
That's awesome.
I mean, again, this is a single-player game. I have 195 hours in it.
Yeah.
Like, I've played a lot of Doom Eternal.
I love this, man. I wish I was a Doom guy, but like I'm excited that it's the sale that I could be. I can't right now. Well, I guess I could be on another platform on Steam. More on that to come, maybe.
Yeah.
My Steam Deck, I bought Doom 1, and my Steam Deck was vomiting everywhere. Like,
Yes,
I had to go get
it's
towels and clean it up. It was horrible. It was so loud. It was so hot, the vent.
oh
Like, I
man,
just had to I refunded it. But, yeah,
dang,
wild. So there's no shot Doom Eternal is gonna run on my Steam
no way,
Deck.
no way. It's
And I
well
have the OLED.
optimized, but not that well
No, no
optimized.
shot. All right, my third game is one I've talked about plenty of times on the show. This is going to be the more expensive game that I recommend, but still very affordable. And with this price, you are basically getting 3 video games. Sam, I don't know if you know what game I'm talking about.
I don't think I do, man.
Oh, you
I
do.
should.
You will. For this price, for $27.99, you are going to get a total of 3 video games in one. It released as uh, a reboot, and then it got a sequel, and then it got another sequel, and then they just said, you know what, we're just going to call the whole project one title and give it this amazing thing that we're just going to continue to support as time goes on. For $27.99, you could pick up Hitman World of Assassination. This is one of my favorite video games of all time. IO Interactive knocked it out of the park with this.
Yeah.
This is a game where you get a playground and you get to go accomplish your mission in this playground however you want. If you want to go take out your target by dressing up as a flamingo mascot at a NASCAR or, F1 racing, you know, race, you could go do that. If you want to go take out a target by spilling a little bit of water on the ground and cutting the cord on a power cable and leaving the power cable a little bit in the water, you could take out your target by doing that. You can go in guns a-blazing. You could just go in and, knock out somebody, disguise yourself as a security guard, and then the options are endless. And out of these 3 games I am mentioning, this is the game where I'm like, if you've got like the patience for a playground style game like this, you will probably never play a more creative video game in your life. This is the game to play. You're going to get hours and hours and hours and hours plus hours and hours and hours times 10 of content. And there is so much support for this game still to this day. At the Game Awards, they just announced, or wait, was it the Game Awards or was it even before that?
It was the Game Awards, yeah.
It was the Game Awards, where we are getting another DLC for this game. Amazing. It is so good and it's always on sale. But why would you wait? Go get it now for $27.99. I love this game. And
Heck
plus,
yeah.
we now have James Bond First Light, their next IP that they're putting out in
March.
March, beginning of March,
Yes.
mid-March, somewhere in there. How cool. Like,
Yeah,
we
man.
are getting a James Bond game where, again, you are in a playground. So I don't know. I'm not here to talk about James Bond. Hitman World of Assassination. This is the game to go get. For $27.99, you get 3 video games, $10 a video game. Go get it.
Heck
That's
yeah,
my
man.
third.
I'm with you. I actually haven't played World of Assassination or like the remakes, remasters, whatever.
Mhm.
But I played them when they first came out. Oh my gosh.
It's
They're so
great.
good. They're so fun. They're just well made. Yeah, I'm with you.
Should I give my honorable mention now or after you go?
I'll go and then we'll both give because I have an honorable mention too.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Okay.
So, my next one, I mean, this is a pretty generic answer, but it's generic because it's good, right? Red Dead Redemption 2. I think it's one of the best games maybe ever made. It's like the deluxe edition, normally $100. You can get it for 20 right now with the Steam sale.
Mm. The
We're
deluxe
talking
edition?
about like, yeah, dude, like the super stacked everything in it version. You should get this game for $20. You'd be
100%.
like, it's almost like detrimental to not do it for $20. Like, talk about a game where you can spend a crazy amount of time, like sink so many hours into it. This is one of them. I think it has one of the most immersive worlds in gaming. It looks incredible. It plays well. I mean, kind of. it's not like Hitman, but talking about, like, creativity and ways that you can do things in this game, it's up there.
Mhm.
It lets you play the role of, you know, exactly what it says it is, like that character. It's and it does it so well, and it feels like the world they built is of that time, like, to a T. So, I mean, like, I might pick it up again because, like, I didn't play it on my PC the first time. I played it on my friend's Xbox,
Oh, wow, okay.
when it came out, and, like, I wanna play it again because it's just that good of a game, and I suggest anybody else do the same.
Dude, I remember picking this game up. I remember going to the midnight release of this game. When
Really?
it came out, I it's funny, I went with Colton actually, because I pre-ordered 2 copies, I think, is
Mm,
what it was, and I told I don't know why I got 2, I just got 1, and then the night of, my wife and I were dating at that time, and I was like, "Do you wanna go with me to get Red Dead?" She's like, "Yeah." So she went with me, and before we left, I went and told my roommate at the time, who was Colton. It's like, "Hey, man, I know you got a PlayStation 4. I pre-ordered another, Ultimate Deluxe Edition, whatever you wanna call it. Do you wanna go with me and you can have this one? And, you pay for it, obviously." And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll take it." And so we all went. It was so much fun. Came back, played Red Dead all night long. It was great.
heck yeah, man.
Beat this game, beautiful story. Um, m there is so many attention to detail
Oh my gosh.
in
Yes.
this game, like, your horse, if it's a boy, has balls, and
Yes!
and when it's cold outside, the balls actually shrivel up if you're in the winter, so, like, and I think they delayed the game a little bit to get details like that really nailed down, and so just things like that are pretty wild.
Somebody had to spend time, like, animating those
Yeah,
things.
yeah, they totally did. Um, it's really cool. Rockstar doesn't miss, like, they do a good job, so
Not yet.
I agree with you, man, not yet. Hopefully, they keep that ball rolling, but
Yes.
no, I think you're right, man. I think, like, there's a lot to get out of this. This is a great option for somebody if they're wanting to jump into a game.
Absolutely. Alright, man. Honorable mention, let's hear it.
Honorable mention. This is one that I have not finished, and to be honest, I don't know that I will finish only because not that it's not good, but simply because I don't have the time to play it right now, and there is way too many games coming out. So, with us running this podcast, I view my job as to now play all the new games coming out. Going back and playing older games, my backlog is, for at least the meantime, gonna continue to grow and never get played. I did pick up this game. I probably put in a total of 2 to 3 hours on it, and I could tell you it's amazing. It's so much fun. It's gorgeous. Um, and it's a Bethesda game. The game I'm gonna tell you is Oblivion Remastered. I think this is a game
Yeah.
that if you are somebody who is like me from time to time, you're like, "You know what? I just want a brand new open world, gorgeous medieval game." Fantasy, this is your game to go jump into. This game is gonna give you all of the like, allow you to hit all those notes. You're gonna get to have magic. You're gonna get to hold the weapons and change things up, customize your stats. You're gonna go do the fun dialogue. You're gonna get to go on this adventure, go explore. There's all these different things. Get to go to these cool places. It's remastered. It might as well be called a remake. This game is gorgeous, and it is so much fun. So I highly recommend it. And right now, you could go pick it up for exactly $33.49. That's a game that's on sale from a game full priced is only $49.99. So this is really cool that they not only remade this game and released it cheaper than what we're getting for the $70, $80 games now these days, they released it at $50 and you can now go get it for $33.49. Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered, might as well be a remake. Worth it. Go grab it. And I would like to say that I would like to finish this game at some point. I don't know if I'll be able to, but yeah,
One of these days.
one of these days.
Yeah, dude,
That is my honorable mention.
I'm with you. Great game. They knocked it out of the park with that remaster.
Oh, yeah.
For my honorable mention, I'm gonna mention 2. There's one that I'm just gonna gloss over this one because if you haven't played it, you should, and that's The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. You can
Mm.
get it for $4 right now. I
Can you really?
Yeah, AAA title. Get it, play the game. It's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but try it for $4. If you like it, awesome. If not, you're out $4, like half a cup of coffee.
Mhm.
My next one and my like real honorable mention is a game called Ultra Kill. Um,
Oh, I've got this in my wish list, I think.
it is one of my favorite. I think it's one of my top 5 games. It's really, really good. It's very fun. It's not that huge of a sale, is why it's kind of an honorable mention. It's from $25 normally down to
Mhm.
17.50, but the soundtrack is phenomenal. It's very fast. Like it is. And when I think of first person shooter, this is first person shooter. Like you are flying all over the place. It forces you to use everything at your disposal, which I think is awesome. I love games that don't like allow you to say, "Oh, I'm going to run the shotgun the whole way through," and that's just it.
Yep.
This game makes you think on your toes. If you are, out of position in certain ways, you die immediately. It's a really good time. It's still in early access, and it has been for I think 5 years because it's like one dude making the game. But man, is it a good time! The story is hard to notice at first, but once you get into it, it's just I don't even, like, know how to explain how cool the story is. Like, obviously, I don't wanna spoil it for anybody who wants to pick it up, but there is a character that you fight that, like, you're like, This makes no sense, but I love it." It's not cheap, it's an early access game, and the sale's not that great. I still would recommend it, though.
I have a buddy who loves this game. He loves it so much, I'm pretty sure he, like, records a lot of his gameplay, and he showed me some of it. This game is not for me, but it'll and I say it's not for me to say it looks bad. I think this game looks amazing, and it looks so fun. But this is a game where this is super fast-paced. I am not surprised you like this game, Sam. With you liking Doom, this is
Yes.
100% a Sam game as well. But he loves this game. And when you think of a video game, this is the kind of game that you would think about. So this is what the definition of a video game is. I back this. I think this is a good get.
Heck yeah.
I'm surprised it's not a little cheaper though.
I'm with you. I wish it was, just because, it's older,
Right.
but it's still in early access, so it's one of those things where it's like, I get it, but
Yeah.
I think it's
Interesting.
worth 17 if I'm being honest.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah, it's great, dude. It's a great time. Again, I'm with you. I don't think it's your kinda game, but if you like your fast first person shooter games, it it should be something you play.
100%. That's awesome.
But, kinda wrapping up everything for this episode, what have you been playing recently? We're gonna move into the radar section, which is where we
Oh
talk about what you've been
man.
playing.
Okay, so let's see. I've been playing a few different things. I wish I had my Steam Deck with me. I'm still working through Metroid Prime 4. I'm probably gonna drop that game. It's it's not a bad game. It's just not, you know, um, I feel like I've experienced everything that I need to experience to know what this game is, and that's cool. Like I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I got this for basically free because of the eShop buy 2 tickets for the price of $100 or something, so you get to use that on each game. Um, so not free, but you know what I mean. I'm working through that still. Probably gonna drop it, and then what's another game? Oh gosh, hold on one second. There is Can I sort games on my Steam library?
Oh, by what?
Like recently purchased?
I don't know.
Ugh, oh, Dispatch. Sorry, I've been playing a lot of
Oh,
Dispatch
yeah.
actually lately. Loving that game. You know, this is not like my own words. A lot of people are saying it reminds them of why they enjoyed Telltale games, and I'll just jump on that bandwagon. This is a great game, and it reminds me of Telltale a lot. So that's fun. There's like one more in particular. I don't know. Might have to come back to me, I guess. But yeah, we'll say
Hmm.
that. I will say this as well, actually. I did recently jump back into uh what is it, Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah, dude, nice.
I've been enjoying that. Still have never beat the game, but I can tell you now how many hours I have in Elden Ring. I want to know if you could guess.
So what point in the game are you at?
Um I don't know the names of the areas, but I'm in that snow level. I'm in the last place you can unlock on the map. The,
Mm,
I did not get Shadow of the Erd Tree. I'll tell you that.
and you're in the snow area. Have you fought anything tall recently as a boss? I'm going to assume no because you would know.
I there's these walking statue things I've been
No, I'm
fighting.
talking like a boss.
Okay. I
This
don't.
is it's a skill check boss, so I don't think you have.
I'm just saying. Do you know like that Golden Castle area?
Yes.
When you get past that, there's a snowy area.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's the area I'm in. I'm probably 2 hours into that area, I would say. And 2 hours probably isn't well descriptive, especially after you learn how many hours I've played Elden Ring
I
for. But
am going to guess, and don't take this as an insult.
nope.
I'm going to guess 115.
Wow. How dare you? You think I've 115?
Maybe. I don't know, dude.
186 hours.
No!
186 hours on Elden Ring.
Mark, that's vile, dude. Oh
Sam,
my
but
gosh.
I'll tell you where these hours have gone. First off,
Just doing nothing.
no, no, I have never enjoyed an open world game as much as I've enjoyed Elden Ring.
That's fair.
I have gone from every corner of the map except for the snow area
Hmm.
that I'm in now. That area, I feel like I'm just so underpowered. So like everything I do, I'm like dying left and right in that. So I'm kind of like left, and I've just sunk all of my hours into the beginning of the game where I'm just like, okay, what dungeons have I missed or anything like that? I've played so much of Elden Ring of just walking around doing side quests. Like there's this one lady who's blind, and I'm supposed to bring her these berries or
Mm-hmm.
something, I think. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're
And
talking
and
about.
and then I killed or didn't kill her, but I accidentally swung my sword at her and she got mad. And then I could get forgiven, but I had to go do something to get forgiven. That took me hours to figure out, dude. But this game is so fun. I was gonna put it down as an honorable mention, but it is not cheap on Steam, even for the Steam sale. So
No,
I forget
but
how I got, but yeah, that's another game I've been playing lately.
it's
Sorry,
a great game.
little tangent. Been playing a lot of hours in Elden Ring, but it is so much fun, and I'm ready for FromSoft's next game that is not going to be Duskbloods. I'm excited for Duskbloods, but I want their new mainline game.
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah. Elden Ring is like, I think that's going to be like a timeless game.
Oh, 100%. I would agree with that.
Yeah. For
Sam, what
me,
have you been playing?
dude, I hopped back into Fallout 4 just because it's Fallout season, you know?
Hmm.
um, I don't know, man. For me, with those Bethesda games, I am huge on modding them a lot. So,
Okay.
like, I'm installing, like, shaders, like, graphic stuff, new weapons, outfits, stuff like that, and I've just been enjoying it. I really like modding games, and Fallout 4 is extremely receptive to that.
How is it playing right now? Because that game's getting a lot of backlash. It's even in the negative, I think, on Steam right now, right?
I have not updated it,
Oh.
so that is why I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, recent reviews are very mixed on it, and I could tell you
Yes.
why. There's like a lot of it has to do with the what do you call it? Where you could go the workshop, the creation engine, or not creation engine, the creation store, I forget where you call it, where people could go make their own mods and sell them and whatnot.
Mhm.
So apparently the whole game bugged out, even that. And then the first thing they fixed was that store, and they still haven't fixed some of the game. And so if you ever
I see.
upgrade, I think some of the jumping mechanics are all buggy right now and whatnot.
Yeah, so I don't mod through Creation Club. I
Okay.
do it through external stuff because, honestly, I don't really love Creation Club anyways. I think it's I don't know. It's not my thing. But there's like a platform called like Nexus Mods that
Hmm,
hosts like thousands and thousands and thousands of mods on it.
hmm,
So I've been using that.
that's cool.
Other than that, I stay playing a game called Teamfight Tactics. That's just kind of my, bread and butter right now. But
Team
other,
fight tactics.
yeah, that's my like competitive game right now.
Oh, but this is not on Steam.
No, no, it is not on Steam.
Okay.
That is League of Legends adjacent.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, this is what you
Yes.
were talking about in our group chat earlier.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, with that, gonna wrap up the episode again. You can find us on our socials: Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky X, and YouTube at Post Credit Chat. We appreciate y'all staying and watching us talk about our games and everything else we talk about. And we will catch you guys next time. Not. What do you got? What do you got?
Thank you to everybody who has joined our podcast for this long. We have recently hit a major milestone on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/post credit chat. I'll let you take
Yes.
the rest, Sam.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Like this, it's super exciting for us. I think we're up to like 107 now. Just it's crazy to hit that first milestone, and we appreciate everyone who's like subscribed, liked, stuck around for us. So, again, huge shout out, huge thank you to all of our subscribers. With
We
that,
appreciate you guys.
absolutely. With that, now we will see you guys next time. Oh my gosh, no, not again.
I'm totally kidding.
We'll see you guys later.
Peace.